He is a special player. He is a spectacular talent. He's night and day in talent to Jalen Hurts. However, this dude may not be playing ball for 2 years. Okay? I highly doubt he steps on the field this year for the Cleveland Browns. And I would say this, and I'm going to walk backwards here, and I'm going to say it. The Eagles, they escaped a disaster. Can you imagine if they had traded all the draft choices away, okay, like the Browns did to the Texans, all those picks, all those first rounders, and he can't play for another year? Philadelphia's big bad wolf, big bad wolf, big bad wolf. Who's Philadelphia's big bad wolf? Big Silz from 326. Woo! Woo! Woo-hoo. Hit that like button, juniors. Here you go here. Keep cranking that thing out of here. Come on, let's go. Banging in here, let's go. How you all doing? I sound like Brian Kelly. How y'all doing in Philly? How you doing? I don't even know why I'm going there with that, but I saw Brian Kelly trying to recruit a kid again, and I had it's in my mind right now. I appreciate everybody coming aboard, and man, do we have a lot of stuff to hit on, and we so appreciate each and every single day. Big Silz delivers. I have my top 16 teams in the NFC. 90-man roster is set for the Philadelphia Eagles and every team as we are now a month out from training camp, the start of the NFL season. All free agency is done. All the drafting is done. All the hyperbole is done. I'm going to tell you where you sit when it comes to the other teams. 16 up, baby. Where does your team sit? We will do that at the bottom of the hour. I do want to apologize on something. And I'm going to admit I'm wrong. This is going to be a shocker here. But not really, because this is how I've always done my show. Henpen, guess what, dog? You're right. The New York Times is now reporting that there are not 24 allegations of sexual misconduct against Deshaun Watson. There are 66 in the last 17 months. This is from the New York Times. The 24th allegation is even more troubling, which means this. There's some testimony in there, according to the New York Times, that he lied to both the Browns and the league. Did the Eagles escape a disaster? Probably. Look, he is a special player. He is a spectacular talent. He's night and day in talent to Jalen Hurts. However, this dude may not be playing ball for 2 years. Okay? I highly doubt he steps on the field this year for the Cleveland Browns. And I would say this, and I'm going to walk backwards here, and I'm going to say it. The Eagles, they escaped a disaster. Can you imagine if they had traded all the draft choices away, okay, like the Browns did to the Texans, all those picks, all those first rounders, and he can't play for another year? That's a complete disaster. You're still in a position, then you have to do PR damage when he comes back, more so than even Michael Vick. 66. Hey, Shay, thanks for being a new member. Okay? 66. How about this? Let's just hypothetically say this. Okay? There's nothing criminal here. Is that a look you want when half your fan base are women Do you want that look in Philadelphia where half your fan base are women? Women buy the jerseys on Christmas. They buy the bed sheets with the Eagle logo on it. They get little Johnny and Susie the banners. The wife does this stuff. And you want to alienate women? Even if half of them aren't true. Do you want to go through that PR disaster next year? And you didn't even get the guy playing this year. Would you rather have Jalen Hurts than Deshaun Watson? I guess, watch this. I guess so. Reluctantly, I say that. Because I know he's nowhere in that guy's room and talent. But there is just too much shit on that side of the scale to even it out for me. His talent does this on the scale, right? It does this. But all this other stuff is starting to equal it out now. And it's going like this now. It's closer to you saying, I'd rather have Jalen Hurts than Deshaun Watson. Does Deshaun Watson give you a best chance winning? Yeah, maybe next year. Well, what about this year? Well, we gave all of our assets away. Get this, that Saints deal doesn't happen if Deshaun Watson was part of the Eagles this year. You don't have 2 picks next year. You're not set up. Howie averted disaster here. In the end, they were right not to step on the gas pedal because this came down to the bag of money. The Browns are even looking potentially at voiding the contract because he may have lied to the league investigators, and the Brown investigators. This is getting worse every day. These allegations are getting worse. Do you want to have that pile of shit at your doorstep at the NovaCare Center every day you open the doors and the media rolls in? By the way, that particular media too. We're not talking about Carolina Panther media or Green Bay media. That Philadelphia media. Do you want to open the doors and have those dudes walk in there and start barking shit like that? Because you're not only going to get sports media people, you're going to get mainstream media, CNN, Fox, people rolling in there going, this guy's got 66 allegations against him. And by the way, it's now being told by the New York Times that the Houston Texans knew and still gave him a $180 million contract. Think about that. The Me Too movement is already all over this story. He was using a hotel that the Texans okayed for him to get these massages at, according to the New York Times. They're complicit in this. So the league is involved now. He ain't playing, dude. That dude is not playing. At the end of the day, the Eagles avoided a complete catastrophe. They did. Maybe this is also at the doorstep of Howie. Okay? Sure. I'll take Hurts too. His availability, I know he's going to be there in September. Mark goes like this, man, can you imagine how he did what Sileo wanted him to do? Dude, Mark, are you under some impression Jalen Hurts, prior to us finding out about the 66 yesterday, are you under some impression there weren't 15 freaking teams out there that would have did the same thing I said? They were lined up around the corner. Don't play it off like, oh, Sileo had some sort of dumbass comment. There were 15 NFL head coaches and 15 general managers that were traded, and one of them was your boy. Don't go there. Can you imagine? Yeah, I can. I did. Okay? Zach, he's done for the season. Rico, I don't know if Howie did the due diligence. Okay? I don't know if he did his due diligence. We just found out about the 66 in the New York Times yesterday. The league has been covering this story up. Now we know why. The Texans knew. I kept saying to you, where's the league in this? What's the comments from the league? The McNair family knew, even prior to Deshaun Watson getting that contract, that he was doing these things with these massage therapists. Okay? So the league was not going to get in front of this. They had to wait and stay behind. And they did. Dude, the Eagles have averted a massive issue here. Good for them. Good for them. A. Thomas, 66. Dan doesn't know. I don't believe it. Hey, 66 allegations, according to the New York Times. If anything, you're a weirdo. Serious, dude. You got a issue like you had with Tiger Woods or something here. Dude, and again, it's piling up. I thought when he signed that contract with the Cleveland Browns, this story was going to go away. I did. I thought this thing was going to go away. It's gotten worse, hasn't it? Since Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam offered him that $230 in guarantees, I mean, has it gotten better? It's gotten worse. And get this, no wonder you still have Baker Mayfield on the roster. You may void the contract, pick up his option, and you know what else you may do? You may give him a contract extension. At the end of the day, they may void that contract, and Baker Mayfield may have the leverage. I think Baker Mayfield actually has some leverage here now. Cut me. I'll tell you what, the Browns are in a horrible place right now. I think Jacoby Brissett is the backup quarterback there now. He's not bad. He's not terrible. But you're in a pickle, man. Okay, I mean, seriously. The Eagles, they just went like this. And they're right. Nah, maybe the Eagles knew more. And there was more coming. Because I always found it weird that the league was nowhere to be seen in this case. So, hey, I mean, I would not want to be a Cleveland Brown fan. I would not want to be in the Cleveland Brown locker room right now. Creepy at best. Savvy B, hey, creepy at best is an understatement. Hey, wait a second. Domestic, he is innocent. These are civil suits. But you're also trying this now in the court of public opinion. Domestic, he is innocent of criminal charges. But we know this as well as anybody. When something gets out on social media or public opinion is involved in it, you can indict anybody with public opinion, more so even criminally today. You could call somebody a racist, and that would damage the ability for them to get a job more so than even going to jail. People today indict people social media-wise, public opinion. How many times have we seen actors and people on TV or John Gruden on emails in an investigation on Daniel Snyder got him fired? By the way, I'm not saying he shouldn't have been, but we see this all the time. You put a couple things out there, you're indicted, you're out. Silz, do you think he ever plays again? Ryan, I don't know. I think so. I think so, Ryan. I don't even want to say I hope so, because now this number is way over the top. We're almost at 100 people he's done this with in 17 months. Come on, guy. I'm not saying they're truthful. I'm just saying that's a big number for me to have to weed through to figure out the truth. That's a big number, dude. 66 is ridiculous, right, Xander? NFL might make an example of him. Protecting the shield at all times. And then you know what they're going to do? They're going to have to go to court for that $230 million. They're going to void that contract. They're going to give Baker Mayfield a 3-year contract extension at $35 million, and they're going to move on like this never happened, and that dude's going to be sitting next to Colin Kaepernick out. No one's hiring that guy. You can't bring a guy in who was freaking away like this. This is Ben Simmons looks like a choir boy to this. This is ridiculous. Kudos to Howie. You were right in the end. You can't have that in your locker room. I don't want to be answering questions about a creep sitting next to me. Yeah, but Dan, you don't know if it... I don't care. I don't want to answer that shit. Dude, those people in Cleveland, would you get out of the contract if you were Jimmy Haslam and Andrew Berry? Would you get out of that contract? Boy, I'll tell you what, these next 2 weeks, these next 10 days, if I were Rusty Hardin representing Deshaun Watson, I'd shut my hole and I would do everything in my power to make this go away. That means throwing money at it. Hey, we've seen it before. You need to do this. Because the league's going to – I think the league was going to hit him with a feather. I think they're going to hit him with a sledgehammer now. There's no way he plays this year. No way. No way. So the Eagles, they get over. Okay? Did I have to bring up Ben Simmons? Hey, sorry. It slipped. Flex says he won't ever play again. 66 is way too many and too much blowback for the NFL. Says he never plays again. Chris says, isn't Cap with the Raiders? No, it was a charade and window dressing, just like I said it was. Manster, appreciate you coming aboard, man. Dude, I'd rather have Jalen Hurts right now than Deshaun Watson. How about this? This is where the intangibles of Jalen Hurts, okay? This is where the intangibles of Jalen Hurts, okay? This is the intangibles that keep him the starting quarterback. Just saying, dude. We're not talking talent here. Bones Jones, maybe one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time. What was Bones Jones's biggest issue? Getting to the octagon. This guy couldn't get to the octagon. Greatest MMA fighter of all time. Couldn't get to the octagon because he was an idiot. Greatest. Cormier could never beat his ass. It was never close. Maybe the last fight was kind of close. But then Jones crushed him. It was kind of close, but not really. His problem, he couldn't get to the octagon. I guess sometimes just showing up to the stadium is harder than it seems nowadays for some of these athletes. Dude, Jones was spectacular. St. Pierre and him, you're talking about two of the greatest fighters, okay? And Khabib, those three guys, if you want to throw those three guys in a hat and pick one out, you're going to be cool with it because those three guys are the greatest MMA fighters of all time. Of all time. All right. Hey, by the way, my NFL insider who was at the NFL league meetings, Jason Cole, our Hall of Fame voter, will be with us at hour 2. We're going to talk to him on what the next step for the NFL is with this. And does he think he ever plays again? There is a lot. The Browns may void the contract. They may void the contract. All those picks then go back to Cleveland. And the team that's left out are the Texans. Can you imagine that? The contract gets voided. They get their picks back. And the Texans lose a franchise quarterback. What a mess. Guys, please hit the like button. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you saying that. Well, I don't understand why you have to do sexual conduct being a billionaire athlete. Seriously, do you know, hey, domestic, I'm going to say something here, okay? And guys, follow me. Do you know why there's prostitutes in the world? You pay them to go away. What is he doing here? What is he doing? Go to Vegas. Go to Nevada. Do something like that where it's legal. You pay people money like that, which I've never. You pay people to go away when you pay them that kind of money. What is he? How when you, that to me is judgment thinking too. That's a problem. What's this? More so than even the 66 allegations here, which are terrible. But it's decision-making that I also have a problem with. Really, Guy, when did you think, like, after 40, it may have been a problem? No, not 40. 40's, I'm good in 40. 66 maybe. Man, Eagles avoided disaster. Hit the like button. I want to move on to some topics now and get away from that because, hey, and I told you this about my show. You'll always get this with Big Silz and how we run our show. If I see something that changes the landscape or a story, I'll amend it. And right there, what's this? The conversation about whether or not Deshaun's better than Jalen is no more a conversation. You first got to get eligible to play before we can have that conversation anymore. Now it's about whether or not I want you on my team, and right now it would be no. Why would I want you on my team when you can't play? Why would I pay you? Why would I pay you? Doesn't make sense. Okay? Jalen looks 10 times better now in the eyes of the Eagles because you know what they're doing? Damn. I'm glad we didn't go down that route. Even harder than what we were. Okay? Was he not considered innocent by the courts? Jeremiah, what's that got to do with 66 civil suits against him? What does being innocent have to do with the court of public opinion? Are you under a rock, Jeremiah? Jeremiah, really? He's innocent to who? Not the league right now, not to the Browns, not to the Me Too movement. Innocent to who? What, that he doesn't have to go spend time in the pokey? Okay. That's the only saving grace of this conversation, is that he doesn't have to do jail time. But his career and his public name are destroyed. Destroyed. Shit, the Browns may want to sign Kaepernick. I'd take that story before this thing. He's innocent. That's not the point here. No one's saying he's not. Court ruled it. Well, why do I feel now the Browns are in a shittier position today than they were when they signed him? How you doing, Maniac? Hey, Andrew. Dude, you're right. Talent's talent, scum is scum. Dude, Rico, hey, man, can you imagine the leverage that he has right now? Hey, Michael, I don't know. He's got leverage in that building now. If I were him, I'd let them come to me now. They eventually are going to have to go to him. He ain't playing. And then you got to decide whether or not you want to void the contract. And then you want to put up with all that shit. Just saying.